do not want to antagonize anyone, even if they want to antagonize ourselves. Let's set an example. We are here for peace and
Barclays sites in one day. So who says direct action doesn't work? So Palestine Action joined the campaign against Barclays due to its investments in the primary target Elbit. And they vowed to make investing in Elbit cost more than any potential gain that the bank could receive. And they did. For weeks at a time, banks were forced to close down due to these actioners shattering windows and covering branches in blood red paint, hitting the bank where it hurt, in their pockets. So for the first time in 10 years, Barclays pulled all their shareholdings out of that Israeli weapons maker. There's still a way to go, but that'll do for now. Also locally, our students' action has forced Liverpool JMU to stop banking with Barclays. And another positive, Palestine Action had its second victory of the week against the Israeli lobby and arms trade with prominent.
please remember that until yesterday. Still remember that until the end.
PR firm APCO Worldwide, who was also dropped notorious arms manufacturer Elbit after activists repeatedly targeted the company. So that is really good news. And that will continue. Bit more on the boycott and divest a bit later on, but this is all positive news. Some more positive news. Early day motion from Richard Bergen MP. 50 MPs have signed. Unfortunately, just 2 Liverpool MPs have signed the motion. So Kim Johnson and Ian Byrne have signed that. So that is good that they have done that. And this motion says that this House welcomes the UN General Assembly's decision to overwhelmingly adopt a resolution on the 18th of September calling for Israel to rapidly end its unlawful presence in the occupied Palestinian territory, and further welcomes that the UN resolution calls on states to comply with their obligations under international law and to take concrete steps to address Israel's unlawful presence in the occupied Palestinian territories. And it notes that this includes calling on the states not to act in ways that provide aid or assistance to help maintain Israel's
No excuse.
legal illegal presence in the Palestinian occupied territories, to cease important projects originating from Israeli settlements, to halt arms transfers to Israel where there are reasonable grounds to suspect they may be used in the occupied Palestinian territories, to implement sanctions including travel bans and asset freezes against those involved in maintaining Israel's unlawful presence in the occupied Palestinian territories, and to take steps to prevent all other trade that aids or assists the illegal occupation. It further notes that the UN General Assembly's resolution follows the International Court of Justice advisory opinion that Israel's decades-long occupation violates international law and which calls on the states not to act in ways that maintain this unlawful situation, and believes the adoption of this resolution places new obligations on our governments and calls on the government to act in support of the UN resolution and the ICJ opinion, including by ending all military exports to Israel, banning the import of goods from Israel's illegal settlements, and invoking the 2030 roadmap, which deepens UK economic trade and security ties with Israel. So we welcome that. So those of you whose MPs didn't sign it, write to your MPs and demand that they do. Write over a bit further on other organisations that are funding this genocide. So I'm going to hand you over to Helen Dixon to talk about Merseyside Pension Fund. And as we say, Helen, the floor is yours.
I can help if you can help out.
Hi everybody. Hi everybody. You can hear me, yeah? So I'm here to talk about the Merseyside Pension Fund. We have a campaign called Divest from Genocide, which is going on at the moment and has been for quite a while. The Merseyside Pension Fund has almost 80 million invested in 32 firms supplying the Israeli military. At least 26 of those are implicated in the current genocidal attacks on Gaza. 21 firms supply components of the F-35 jets which bomb Gaza. These bombs are being used to kill civilians, men, women and children in Gaza. 17,000 children have been killed so far, probably more when all the figures come out. The Merseyside Pension Fund doubled their investments in Elbit Systems, Israel's largest producer, from March to June this year. But all of this that's invested is still less than 1% of the Merseyside Pension Fund's total investments. So divestment could easily happen without affecting anything to do with the pension fund. It's a very small proportion of total investments. So I'm not going to give any more of a speech, but we have three things.
Your profits are covered in Palestinian blood. Your profits are covered in Palestinian blood. Your profits are covered in Palestinian blood.
and everybody here, please do them. The first one is you can send an online letter to the Merseyside Pension Committee and the chair who make decisions about this pension fund couch divesting. At the moment, they are actually moving, but very slowly, so we need to get them moving faster and get divestment to happen. So how can you do this? Well, here you can see 2 placards. Where are they? Where's the other one? Oh, there, okay. And on that tiny URL, you can write to the Merseyside Pension Fund Committee as a pension fund member or a council taxpayer. Have a look at it today, send it today, right? The next thing that we have happening is the Merseyside Pension Fund Employers Conference, which takes place on the 21st of November at Aintree Racecourse, starting at 10 a.m. Please put that date in your diary and come along to protest then. We'll be demonstrating outside from 9:15 a.m. at the entrance opposite Aintree Station, because that's where inside is where the this conference is going to happen. And we hope there may be some questions asked as well, but let's see. So we want mass demonstration outside there on the 21st, 9:15 a.m. Aintree Racecourse entrance by Aintree Station. And the third thing is that the next Pensions Committee is on Monday the 9th of December at Wallasey Town Hall, 6 p.m. We will be protesting outside from 5 p.m. Let's make this the biggest protest yet about the pension fund. And we'll also try and go in to ask questions and make statements. Let's now flood the Pensions Committee with letters before that date. Come and vote at the tiny URL on your phone and send your letter today. And don't forget those dates. You've got 21st of November at Aintree Racecourse and the 9th of December at Wallasey Town Hall for the next Pensions Committee. Let's end this deadly investment that our local pension fund has. Thank you.
Isolate the Zionist state. What do we want? Where do we want them? What do we want? Where do we want them?
Now, get your phones up and ready, because that's going to be walking around. Take a picture of it so that you use it, because it's not easy to remember. All I remember is tiny. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about the BDS, boycott, divest and sanctions in a minute. And remember that we have been targeting Coca-Cola. You can see some of the signs around, and we want you to continue to do that. And I wrote a poem about this last week, and it's called Boycott the Taste of Genocide. Coca-Cola operates on stolen Palestinian land. By buying these drinks, you give Israel a hand that props up the Zionist state, exterminating Palestinians at an alarming rate. We need to know what we should stop buying, so we aren't complicit in children dying. Coca-Cola, Fanta, Lipton iced tea, Orangina, Sprite, and of course, no Pepsi. Innocent smoothies are guilty as hell. Buying these drinks makes you complicit as well. Schweppes, Powerade, and San Pellegrino, knock these off your shopping list, as they too are a no-no. Dr. Pepper, owned by staunch Zionists. You want fizzy drinks? You need to resist. Volvic, Vittel and Smart Water gives your money towards the slaughter. Evian, 7-Up and Appletiser profiting along with the genocider. So before you buy, just have a think. Bar and Salon Cola are a more ethical drink. Boycott, boycott and boycott more. Before you shop, know the score.